Well, we enjoyed having Park Praise and seeing everybody.
Yes.
We're doing this just
so
after
good.
instead of before. But we're all warmed up now and ready to sing some songs for you.
Yeah.
So what should we start with them?
Oh, a song.
Oh, okay.
I thought you had a big song picked out.
It had to do with some animals. Old MacDonald.
And you are on a farm, so.
On the farm.
So what kind of, was it cow?
No.
Nope.
Chicken?
Nope. Goat?
Nope. Oh wait! Yes! What's the song called? Is it just I don't want to be goat?
I don't want to be.
Okay.
I don't want to be
goat.
anything other
Nope.
than. Okay, for serious.
Ready?
I don't want to be a goat. Nope. I don't want to be a goat. Nope. Cause goat ain't got no hope. Nope. I don't want to be a goat. Nope. I don't want to be a Sadducee. I don't want to be a Sadducee. Cause it's Sadducee, it's Sadducee. I don't want to be a Sadducee. I don't want to be a Pharisee. I don't want to be a Pharisee. Cause a Pharisee and Pharisee. I don't want to be a Pharisee. I just want to be a sheep. Ah. I just want to be a sheep. Ah. My head down to my feet. Yeah. I just want to be a sheep. Ah. I'm really bad at sounding like a sheep.
We gotta practice our
You try it
sheep.
at home. Ready? 1, 2.
Bah.
I just feel like I'm throwing up. There you go.
Bah.
Hey, if anybody, that's accurate. If
Good
you
try.
can do a good sheep noise, please send it to me so
I'm gonna
that
need some
I
help.
can learn. Get some tutoring from you guys, because I just sound like I'm throwing up, and I
We'll
don't want
get
to
it.
sound like that.
Well, thank you for joining me for this song, Emma.
Of course.
Hopefully we can get you caught up on making all your animal noises of the farm.
We're working on it. Slowly working on it. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Today's story is called The Childhood of Jesus. On a cold, dark night, many years ago, a little baby was born. His mother called him Jesus. The baby's mother was called Mary, and her husband's name was Joseph. Shepherds from a nearby and wise men from far lands went to see Jesus because he was a special baby. The king of the country, which was called Judea, was King Herod. He did not go to see the baby. He was angry when he heard that Jesus was born. It was said that Jesus was going to be a king when he grew up. King Herod did not want another king in his country. He had a very cruel plan. All the little children under 2 years old would be killed. That way, he could be sure that Jesus would not live. One night, Joseph had a dream. In the dream, he saw King Herod and heard his plan. Joseph knew that the baby Jesus was in great danger. He heard a kind voice say to him, "Take Mary and the child away from this place. Go to Egypt and stay there until it is safe." Joseph woke up. He put all they needed into a bag and untied a donkey. Mary woke up too. She lifted the baby Jesus into her arms and held him close. Then she climbed onto the donkey, and Joseph led them out of town. They walked many miles until they reached Egypt. There they lived for a short time. One day, Joseph heard that King Herod had died. His son had become king in his place. Joseph decided to return to his own land, but to keep away from the big towns. They made their way back to the little town of Nazareth. There, they unpacked and tried to make their home comfortable. Rugs were laid on the floor. Mary washed the cooking pots and ground some corn to make bread. Joseph was a carpenter. He began to make wooden tables and yokes for oxen so that he could earn a living. In this poor little home, Jesus grew from a baby to a boy. When he was about 6 years old, he went to school. He learned to read, and he was told stories about Moses and David. He helped Joseph to put away the tools at the end of the day. He asked Mary and Joseph many questions. Sometimes, Mary and Joseph were surprised that Jesus knew so much. Every year, Mary and Joseph went with the other village people to the big city of Jerusalem. They joined together in a special meal. They sang songs and said prayers to God. When the boys were 12 years old, they could go with their parents. Jesus was glad when he could go too. It was a long way to Jerusalem, but at last they reached the city and made camps. In Jerusalem, there was a large building called the Temple. Inside the temple sat many clever teachers who read books and told people about God. Jesus listened and talked to them for a long time. They were surprised at what he knew. Jesus forgot about Mary and Joseph. He slept curled up in a corner near the walls of the temple, and early the next morning, he went inside again. The other people were packing up and starting back home. All day long they walked, stopping at night to eat and rest. Mary saw that Jesus was not with them. She ran looking for Jesus, but she could not find him. She was very worried in case he had been hurt. Joseph and Mary walked all the way back to Jerusalem looking for Jesus. "Let us go and look in the temple," said Joseph. That was the last place where he was seen. They found Jesus with the teachers, talking and listening. "We have been so worried about you," said Mary. "Why did you stay behind when we left yesterday?" Jesus said, "I thought you would know that I was in God's house and that I have his work to do." Mary and Joseph did not know what Jesus meant, but they often thought about his words. Here are some pictures you can find in today's story. And you can tell that Jesus grew up like you guys did. He went to school, he got to learn at the hands of teachers and hear stories about the same people that you guys are listening to with our story time. So maybe you can find these pictures in the book from today and think about all the ways that you are just like Jesus when he was growing up and how he turned out to be such an amazing person. So you can too. We'll see you guys later.